Greetings viewers and channel members and welcome back to the Imperial Prop Shop. My name is Alex and in today's video we'll be making this Phase 2 Clone Trooper helmet from a design that I found online and for the files that were found on the Maker World. As always, the files and equipment will be linked in the description. Now, let's crack on. As always, I'm going to start by printing out all the pieces we're going to need at 0.2 layer height on my P1S from Bamboo Lab. And then I thought once everything was glued together, I'll try something a bit different with some new filler that I found. This is multi-surface filler from B&Q. And I just thought I'd try it out, see if it was any good to smooth out some of those little hard line edges, some of those print lines, see if we get it really nice and smooth and then sand it down outside just before painting. This actually worked out really, really well. I'm really glad I tried this new method of using this like sort of multi-layer plastic filler. It's quite strong when it like fully bonds, so it was a bit hard to sand off when it was very, very dry, but at the same time it gave quite a nice smooth finish, so I'm really, really glad I used it. Once I'd left the helmet then to dry for a little while with all that filler on it, I went outside to start sanding it down. It's really important, guys, that you remember to use a respirator when sanding down. You don't want any of these nasty little chemicals or little dust particles getting in your lungs. So make sure you're wearing all the right safety equipment, and I'm wearing some very old clothing here because I knew it was going to get absolutely ruined. So also started sanding all this down, and then I started to find out how hard this filler actually goes. I then found out you could actually drill into it if you left it for another day. So I thought, well, that's probably not a good idea to leave it any longer. But once it was all sanded down, it came out really nice and smooth, so then it was just a case of adding some nice surface level primer, getting that build up a little bit to make it nice and smooth before moving on to painting it white and getting that really nice Clone Trooper vibe. After painting the helmet then fully white in this automotive matte white paint, it came out looking really, really good. The sun came out and I came back after it dried and I was like, wow, now that looks really, really smooth. So that was a top result. It was then just a case of going back inside then and getting my airbrush ready to paint on all the fine details, using that masking tape to make sure we get those nice hard edges. Now it took me a little while to work out what kind of paint scheme I wanted to go with. I wanted to make something quite unique, a bit like an ARC Trooper, but then that's something that could also be used by regular clone infantry. So I then found this design from Samoili of Art and it was absolutely brilliant, so I thought I'd do something that's inspired somewhat by that. Massive shout out to those guys then for that design because it looks absolutely brilliant. I highly recommend you go check them out on Facebook and Instagram. They've got some amazing helmets up there, and if you like Clone Trooper helmets like I do, then it's an absolute goldmine for helmet designs. Because I've chosen to go with the realistic helmet, I've then moved on to doing the black band that goes around the top of the helmet, which looks really, really good. I used a nice flat black in my airbrush, and it just came out looking really, really nice. And using that leftover black, it was then a case of doing a little bit of weathering. So I started like highlighting some of the areas and darkening some of the infills and parts where a lot of the grime might start setting in. Weathering with an airbrush is so much fun. I absolutely love doing it. It's a step that can be easily overdone, so a lot of self-control has to be utilized, I think. But the way that I've done it for this helmet, I think it was just absolutely perfect, and I'm so happy with the result. After a few more hours of painting them with the airbrush, going over it, weathering it, repainting some areas I thought needed a little bit of touching up, it was then a case of just doing the final little bits, which is scratching the paint up, making it look nice and battle-worn, giving that really nice cosmetic appearance, that really nice grimy battle-worn helmet, which we absolutely love to look at. Once that was all done, it was just a case of cutting out a visor using some plastic that I had left over from my last project on my Helldivers helmet. You can check that video out right here. Just giving it one coat of clear gloss varnish, and once that was all sorted, glued in place, and left to dry, I called it good, and that was the end of this build. I'm absolutely over the moon with how this helmet came out, guys. I am really happy. It looks absolutely fantastic and will make a great display piece. I am absolutely over the moon. Guys and girls, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please remember to hit that subscription button and whack a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.